better like that? Yeah. Hello everybody, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. I hope you're all at home, safe and healthy. And I know a lot of you are probably cooking a lot at the moment and you have a Thermomix, so what a great support to have in these challenging times. So what happened today? Today I saw, and I've seen that the last few days, that we are home, we are cooking a lot more, and of course we also are using the Thermomix a lot more. And because of that, I thought it would be a good idea to do this tutorial, to go through it with you, to answer all the questions that you might have and how to do it. How are we gonna do it? So I'm gonna start with the very beginning. You get your Thermomix, the Thermomix come home, we are super excited, we open the box, we look Thermomix. A lot of the things I'm gonna be saying is for TM5 and TM6. When I talk about Cookidoo, it'll also be for the TM31. So anybody that has a Thermomix at home will be able to follow the steps depending on the model that they have, okay? So you get the Thermomix, it comes in the box, you open it, you put it into your Thermomix. How to do the setup? First, if it's the TM6 or even if it's the TM5, you're gonna have to have a router for the internet to be nearby. If the router is very far away, it might not connect really well. So I would suggest that you try to bring the Thermomix closer to the modem for the internet, or also use your phone as a hotspot. If any of you don't know how to use the hotspot, let me tell you later, and I'll show you. There is an option in a lot of the phones nowadays where you can share your internet from your phone into the Thermomix. When you come to settings in the Thermomix, you'll have the Wi-Fi option. You connect to it. Let me change the screen so I can show you in the TM6. Let me switch around my camera. When you come to your Thermomix, and it's the exact same in the TM5, I come here, I go to settings, and in settings I'm gonna have Wi-Fi. Here I can select all the different Wi-Fi connections, click to one, put my password, my Thermomix is linked to the internet. This is gonna be for both TM5 and TM6. In my case, I have it with a magnet, that is the modem. If I could have as well my hotspot with my phone, it will work the exact same way. So the Thermomix is connected to my internet. For the TM5, you will have to connect the cookkey. There is here a little arrow. If it's the TM5, you need to select on that and it will connect your Cookidoo account into your Thermomix. If it's a TM6, what I need to do is come to search and it will bring me to the main page. It would ask me, actually, it will bring me here. It will bring me here. Here, as you can see, I have already logged in. If you haven't logged in, it will ask you for your email address and your password. It's gonna be the exact same in the TM6, the email address and the password for Cookidoo, as the one that you're gonna be using on the app or on the website. When you have connected to the website or to the on the phone or on your Thermomix, few different things I want to cover with you today. You have gone in, okay, what can we do now? We can look for recipes, so I can go here and search. Or I can use, did you see the magnifying glass on the side? You could use that one as well. How do I search for recipes? You see here, I have recipes, then I have search in Cookidoo, and I have filters. For searching for recipes, I leave it on filters. There, recipes there. When I come to filters, I'm gonna change it. Also, what else do I have? Do you see a little arrow here? I have also collections. What is the difference between recipes and collections? Collections is gonna be more than one recipe with a theme. So here, for example, I have the family time, I have the start the day, take a break. We will look at this as well later on the website because the website has even more. I can look for collections, but one thing as well we can look at is for books. So today I have here with me the British Isle on a plate. I can come here to my collections and I can type the British Isle on a plate. The British Isles on a plate. Do you see it there? Perfect. I click on it. That is the British Isle on a plate. It's a collection, but when I click on it, it has 88 recipes are in the British Isle on a plate. Every single one of them are here. To give you an example, I can come out of this. Instead of collections, I'm gonna go and do recipes. Okay, I'm gonna show you in the book. I'm gonna open the book anywhere really, doesn't really matter. Let me open the book, and there is a steak and kidney pudding. I'm gonna go to recipes. I'm gonna delete that. I don't need that. I'm gonna put a steak and kidney pudding. There it is. That is my recipe. That it was. When I click on it, one second. Oh, so let me. Okay, I click on it. I can scroll down, and I can see here as well all the information for the recipe. In the website, it will also tell me what collection or what book this recipe belongs to. Okay, so that would be when we are searching for recipes, we have the collection option or we have the recipes. Any questions so far? If not, let me know, okay? So I'll go now, and instead of searching for a recipe that I already know is in a collection or in a book, what I can do is I can start searching looking at the filters. So I click here on the right hand side. In filters, I have many different things I can do. I can search by category. So in this case, for example, only starters, only soup. I have many different categories. I can also search by ingredients. So for example, if I only have 2 ingredients in the fridge, I can put them there and it will give me all the recipes that are available looking at those ingredients. I can also look at tags. I can look at the difficulty, easy, medium, advanced of the recipe, the preparation time, how long it's going to take me to cook it, to prepare it, and how long it's going to take me to cook it. So if I wanted less than 45 minutes, I will click on that. Number of portions, that's another way of filtering the recipes. Ratings, that will be people like yourselves. When you cook, if you like a recipe, it asks you to give it a rating. Also, they look at the number of times each recipe has been cooked by everybody worldwide, and that's how the recipes are also rated. The Thermomix version, if you want to select only the TM31, so then you don't get any of the TM6, because the TM6 might have one, for example, the slow cook or the blade cover, and I'll show you that as well. And here we have language, and here I think some of you have been having an issue, and it has only been showing you the English and the Polish recipes. It's because you've been clicking probably here English and Polish. However, there is a difference between language and country or region. What is the difference? If I click on language, right now our country is United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom platform, I don't know why, I need to figure this out, I'll have to ask them. Some of the recipes are in English, but some have the name in Polish. So what we probably has happened is that the Polish and the English language has been tagged, but it's only from the UK platform. In order to have Australia, you will have to click on Australia, and you see here it's going from 2899 to 5455 results. For example, in my case, I'll probably also include Spain. So if you speak other languages, make sure to add other countries. Sometimes it's very easy to translate in Google, so you could add more. For example, I will want Spain, and now it's changing to a total of 10,596 results. I click. You see here, I have 3 filters. I have the 3 countries, the UK, Australia, and Spain. I could add more. I could add as well that I want only one category, I only want the starters, or I could add as well that maybe all I want to do is recipes that use cauliflower, or I can use recipes that it only takes 15 minutes because that's all the time that I have today for cooking. So this is how it works here in the Thermomix. What other things, for example, if you want to search for, I know some of you have got the blade cover. Okay, so for example, I can go blade cover here, and it will select every recipe that uses the blade cover. Doesn't click on it, but if you click search, even if it doesn't go, it's gonna show me all the recipes that are 53 that are required or they suggest that you use the blade cover. So this is how you can start using your Cookidoo a lot more efficient and a lot easier. Now, let's say that I want to make a slow cooked chicken and red pepper sauce today. I can book it for today, I can bookmark it, or I can add it to the shopping list. In my case, I'm gonna go and do cook today. So this will go into my weekly planner. So when I come now into my home and I go, I scroll to, the three lines, here I have my recipes. So in some cases, I will be able to look at my recipes. I could save them if I click bookmark. So there earlier, did you see on the 3 dots, you were able to see that it was bookmark, but also there was able to see the recipe, when you wanted to see the recipe, when you wanted to cook it, or if you wanted to have the weekly planner. So when I bookmark it, it will be saved here. I can create collections in the website only, and they will be saved here. So if I go to create collections, I see here all the different folders I have created, and in each folder I have different recipes that I've been creating. So for example, if you wanted to have a breakfast one where all your favorite recipes for breakfast are there, you can have that. Also, what you can do is save collections. These saved collections are saved in your Thermomix. So for example, all of you that have the TM6, these 178 recipes always come with your Thermomix, regardless if you are online on internet or not. For those of you that have joined the video a bit later, I'm gonna save it so you'll be able to watch the start where I explain every single part, okay? And if at the end anybody has any questions, please put it on comments and I'll happily answer them. What else can we do? When I come to my recipes in the 3 dots or the 3 lines, I'm able to see here as well my week. In my week, it's gonna show all the recipes that I have set up for every day. So for example, today I made risotto, I'm gonna make coconut milk later and energy balls. But also look, I can go to tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday, or instead of seeing it daily like I have here, I can click on this monthly view or weekly view planner, and here I can see it, how it goes per days, how I can see every single day of the week. So the weekly planner, you can do it both on your TM6 or on the Cookidoo website and on the app. And I'll show you that. We will go into the website in a minute and we'll see it as well. So let's go back and recap for those of you that came a little bit later. Also here in the main menu, I have the recently cooked, and it will save every single one of them. These are saved even if your Thermomix is not online. I have done them before. The Thermomix was in a different part of the house, or I took it to a friend's house. These recipes are saved there. Once you do it once, it remember, like the Thermomix has a bit of memory, so the recipes are saved there. So just for those of you that came a bit later, how do I search in my TM5 or the TM6? Go into searching, update the filters, but making sure here is recipes. I can also have the collections and the books. So if you are looking for any of the books, they'll be there. In filters, remember to add the country, not the language. Because if you do it by language, it might not show you Australia. But if you do it by country, all the way down, all the way down, okay? Because sometimes we stop at the language. No, we need to go to country. Here, click in Australia, it goes from 2899 to 5455. If I need to look at collections, I go into collections and I have here everything. And as I showed you earlier, you can look as well for the actual book. And by looking at the name, I look at the British style, but I go the Modern Vegetarian, for example, is one of my favorite ones. The Modern Vegetarian is here. And that is the book that you can get online, that you can order if you want a copy of it, or that you before were able to have it. And every single recipe of all the books that are online are here. So there's other books that if you bought it maybe 3-4 years ago, before the TM5, so maybe 5-6 years ago, there is some books, or if they are books from someone that is not a Thermomix, let's say a Thermomix person, it could be a Thermomix ambassador, but they launch and they publish the book themselves. Those books might not be on Cookidoo. Okay, so now that we have done the TM6, the TM5, how it's gonna work? The same steps that we have done here, I'm gonna do them now on the website with you. What you need to do is come to home. You are on the home screen, you have selected your recipes in the website. Here on the TM5, you're gonna have some sort of arrows, kind of clockwise, the two of them. Click on that, and when you do that, what is gonna happen is gonna connect and is gonna download all the information that is in the website in your Cookidoo user ID or your login details. It's gonna download it here, so when you come into your settings, you are gonna see my recipes, my week. All that information is loaded. The biggest difference between the TM5 and the TM6 is that TM6 is connected to the internet, so that step of clicking on the arrows, you no longer have to do it. But other than that, the information is the same. Some of the recipes obviously are TM6 specific if it's using some of the new functions, but every other recipe, if it's TM6 even, it'll be able to be done on the TM5. And the same for the TM31. The TM31, you don't have the internet or the Cookidoo, but you can still go into Cookidoo website, check the recipe, and manually go and follow the steps on your TM31. The only thing is that the TM31 is only 2 liters. The TM5 and the TM6 is 2.2. So if any recipes you see the quantity is a little bit too much, please make sure that you reduce it to fit with whatever fits in the bowl. Any questions so far on terms of the TM5, the TM6, how the recipe works before I jump into the website and the app? If you do, please put it in comments. I can read them from here and I can answer them as soon as I see them. Okay, I'm gonna go onto the website. Let me put the phone here and I'll show you the website as well, how it works on the website. So on the website, 2 seconds, let me set it up. I have done it in a way that you can all see it. Let me show you the website. So on the website, again, it's the exact same user ID. Can everybody see my screen there? Yeah. So how do you do it on the website? Again, you're gonna search, and it's gonna come to, when I click in, I'll go explore. This is the exact same screen that you had in the TM6, and actually I didn't show you, but if you scroll down, there is a lot of additional information that I find super helpful here about these articles. There is new collections that might have been shown in the last few weeks that they might have launched. They might not only be the UK one, they might be collections from all around the world. Also, for example, here this week favorites was recipes that use tinned ingredients, which is fantastic at the moment, as a lot of us are using tinned beans or maybe fruits or whatever it is. And then by category here, look at all the different categories, from baby food to breakfast to snacks, and also the latest articles as well of what is available. So let's say that we want to look for something. Charles, no, you don't. The only thing we need to do, one thing, we need to contact head office to move it from Cookidoo Australia to Cookidoo UK, which is where you have your membership. So let me talk to you offline when I finish, and I'll explain how we can do it. Thank you for asking the question. I'll help you with that later. Now, how do I do? I'm gonna go and search. Okay, so I'm gonna have to log in. Okay, I'm gonna go and search. And when I search, again, it's the exact same thing as earlier. So I have here, is a lot easier to see. You see there I have the United Kingdom, and it shows me 2899 results found. Also, when you are searching for recipes, you can change the relevance here by, you can change the newest, by the name, the total time, the best rated. So you have a lot of ways of doing it. Now, when I'm searching, again, I'm searching here, you see, I have recipes. But I can also search by collections or by articles. Again, this is the difference between before and now. In collections are a list of recipes with a theme, but it doesn't have to be only a theme. It could be a cookbook. So for example, here I was telling you the British Isle on a plate. The whole cookbook is here, every single recipe. If I go to recipes here, I can search by the recipe. If I go by the collection, when I click on it, I can see the 88 recipes that are in the physical book are also on this website. Every single one of them. When I look at them, I can go on the 3 dots and I can cook today, bookmark it, add to the collection, add to my week, or add to the shopping list. So as you can see here, you have two more options that are not available on the TM6. So this is preference, and I leave it to you. You are all very good at this, so you decide what you prefer. For me, it works sometimes better to sit on the computer, do it quickly, and then I look at it in the Thermomix. Some other people probably prefer to do it directly in the Thermomix or in the app. But one thing I wanted to stress today is not all the functions in the website are available either on the app or on the TM6. For the TM5, you'll need to come to the website anyway or the app, but just keep that in mind, that not always all the information available on the website is on the other 2 platforms, okay? Now, another thing I wanted to show you today. So we'll say we added to the collection. So we can create a collection. I have lots of them, but maybe let's make a new one, and I'm gonna call it salads. So I save it, and I have a collection. So when I go to my recipes here, you can see now I have created or save. Save means, for example, one that is in the book. I could save a full book and have it here as well. Let me do it. So the British Isles on a plate, I go to search, Jenny, and when I'm in search, here on the left hand side, do you see here that says recipes in the website? I can come down and there is collections. So when I go to collections, I can search here the British Isles on a plate. Click search, and it shows it here. And you see here save, so I can save it, the whole book. So what happens is when I go to my recipes, and this is gonna be transferred into your Thermomix as well, okay? You go to collections, you have all, you have created, which are the ones, it's like a folder. Think about a folder where you are saving your beautiful information. So what you can do is you go onto the folder, and you have there the created ones or also the save ones. I'll slow down. Okay, so in saved. So how to search for a book? Let's do it again. I go onto my magnifying glass. I'm here searching. Instead of recipes, I bring it down to collections. Or articles, that's one thing. Let me show you as well. There are articles. Look at the different articles that they have saved. They tend to be really good ones. They have tips as well as themes of recipes. They're really good. I must admit, I really like them. So I would recommend as well to have a look. You can search for the articles. And if I come up again, instead of articles, I go to collections. In my collections, I search for the book. So in this case was the British Isles on a plate. I know how much everybody loves that book. So I know you all want to have it. I click on the book. And when I'm on the book here, I already saved it. But if you haven't saved it, here on the right hand side, you will have click save. Let me show you a different book actually, and that way we can try a different book. So for example, the Modern Vegetarian. Sorry, you see what I did? I was looking in recipes, so it's not gonna work. So what I need to do is go to collections, and now I look for the Modern Vegetarian. One thing to keep in mind is the filters. Every single time that you do something, they reset. So I know it's annoying. I know they're working on it. So bear with us, please. Be calm and patient, and you will find that in time when you set up your filters, if you want to have Australia or you want to have only recipes with 15 minutes cooking time, they'll be there. I click on the book, and the book is going to show me that there is 60 recipes, and here I have this button. I can click save. Okay, now I can go to my recipes in the top here, on the very top of the screen, or on my TM6, on my TM5. In my TM5, I would have to go click on the arrows and ensure that everything downloads, so it will take a couple of seconds. On the TM6, automatically, instantly, you will have access to the information. Look at this, the collections now I have the bookmarks. Bookmarks will be recipes that I just saved by clicking on the 3 dots here. You see there? And I can, in this case, is already saved, so I can move recipe or I can remove it as well. That's another option. Then I have the 2 books that I saved, and then every folder that I created. I created one from salads earlier, as you saw. I have it here. But I can also filter here. You see collections is all created and saved. So if I go to created, I have them here. If I click, this will be the ones I created the folder myself. If I go to saved, will be the different books. Okay, Jenny, no save button, only edit. Are you in the website? Because if you are in the website and I don't have any different access to you, I have a normal customer access. When you go into the collection, it should show you, like for example, if I look at what other books I have, so Thermomix favorites, for example, or the basic cookbook. This is the basic cookbook of the TM5. For those of you that might want to have it, this is very handy actually, because in the TM6 they are new recipes. So in the TM5, if I click here, Jenny, I have save, and if I click save, I have it. Okay, so that's my recipes. My week, if I go to my week, any questions so far? Anybody else before I move on to the next section? You can save the basic. Go into the basic, search for it. When you go here on search again, go to not recipes, but collections. If you click on collections, search for the basic cookbook. And when you search it, you have it here, Jenny. And you have it here on the right-hand side. It will say save. Hi, Onya. In terms of portions, in the recipe per se, no, you cannot amend and reduce the number of portions. However, one thing I'm doing, and we did last week on the cooking class that we did, I only cook for one person, so a lot of the recipes, I reduce the portions. To reduce it, for example, from 4 portions to 2, a lot of the times you need to reduce the amounts, but you don't have to reduce the time or the speeds. So one of the things I'm looking at is we are having another class next Friday. So I could give information of how to reduce portions if that is something that people are interested in. The exact same, instead of reducing, doubling, because a lot of recipes you could double, but to double the amount doesn't mean that you have to double the time or the speed or the temperature. So that's something that in the Cookidoo you cannot change it. What you can do is when you are searching for a recipe, for example, and this might not be something that you want to do because it will limit you, but you can also look at the portions. So for example, I want only recipes that have less than 4 portions. So I could go and click that, and look, my recipes will show me, like I have 2,899, for example, in the UK. If I click less than 2 portions, it will drop down to 408. That will be a direct way of doing it. Or the other way will be, Onya, in the case of you reducing the portions yourself, and I can give you tips of how to reduce the time and how to reduce the speed. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes you might have to reduce the speed, because otherwise maybe if you are grating something or getting I don't know, vegetables, I'm just thinking you might, if it's too little quantity in the bowl, it might completely make it a mash. So okay, so Charles, in order for new collections, what you can do is when you come to explore, here on the top and you come to the main one, you can scroll down on the website, and what you see here is our latest collections. These are new collections that are added every day. One thing that you can do as well is for books, guys, you can go into Cookidoo, into Vorvec or Thermomix.co.uk, and you can see the list of books that are for sale. All the ones that are the last 5 years, they are all in Cookidoo. So by looking at the name on the website, then you can come and search here. Again, I come and I search, and instead of recipes, I go to collections here on the left-hand side. Okay, and here I'll be able to search for any of the books by having the name already from the website. I hope that answers your question. Okay, Jennifer, Jen, I did explain that earlier, but let me explain it one more time. If the recipe I want to look at Australia or any country, I go here as recipes, and before I search, here I have the filters. In the filters, you need to go here and scroll all the way down. Not for the language, please, because I was saying that earlier. English and German, no. You have to go and look at the country and click on Australia. Because otherwise, if you only have in United Kingdom, there is a couple of recipes in Polish, and that's why it was showing Poland, when in fact, it's only the name, the actual recipes in English. So maybe go scroll all the way down. You see here, I have it all the way to the very bottom, and here you can add as many countries. Every time you finish searching, you'll have to go again and preset the filter, because unfortunately the way it works, it actually the filter disappears. Okay, and one last thing I want to show you is if I go to my week at the very top, and this is also available on the Thermomix as I was showing you earlier, I can look at here at my weekly planner. For example, for today I have these 4 recipes, or I can go on to my view. I can see the whole week, what I was cooking this week, and also if I want to move it to what am I going to be cooking next week. And I have preset everything that I'm going to be making next week. Also, I have my shopping list, so all the recipes that I want, I can add them one by one. Let me do it with you and I can clear it out. I'll clear all. So I'm going to be making the fruit smoothie. So I'm going to go click on that because I need it on Wednesday, and I'm going to be going shopping tomorrow. So let me click on the smoothie. I'm going to add to the shopping list so I can buy the ingredients. Okay, I'm also going to make the quinoa salad. So on Friday, hold on a minute, I don't want to do it on Friday. I need to do it on Monday. I'm going to move it to another day. And from Friday, I'm going to move it to Monday the 6th. And I click save. And now it moves from Friday to Monday. I want to add it as well to my shopping list because it's not there. Click on it and I add to shopping list on the top. And I have it. What else can I do? I can go into my Raya Loaf, for example. I love that bread, by the way. If you want to do a nice bread with no flour and no yeast, now that it's so impossible to find, this one is delicious. I really, really like it. And I slice it, freeze it, and I put it on the toaster then every day. I can add it to collections. So here is where I can create a new collection. I was telling you earlier, I did one for salads. I think I have one for bread, one collection. If not, let me... Indian, no, I don't have it. Okay, let me create a collection. I'm gonna call it breads and I save it. So now it's already in my folder and I can have it both here when I go to my recipes in the top of the Thermomix or the Cookidoo website, but also on the Thermomix. I can have it also on the TM6 or the TM5 once you load it on the on the cookkey. Okay, or one last thing I can do, for example, I don't want to eat black rice pudding anymore. I selected, but I was like, no, I don't want to have that one. I can click on it and then remove. Jenny, that is the Raya Loaf. Is that what it's called? And look, actually, let me show you something. Good question. If I go to click on it, actually, you see here there is a little arrow. Do you see it there as well? So in the recipe, I go to the arrow, and look, it brings me to the recipe. And I'll show you something from here as well. So from here is the same. I can add it. It will tell me I can bookmark it. Bookmarking means saving the recipe. You can save it in your Thermomix, or you can save it as one of my recipes. I'll show you. You can add to the collection, add to my week, or add shopping. I'm gonna bookmark it. And also I can go to more. I can share the recipe. So Jenny, I can send it to you in a minute. I can share the recipe. Look, I can share it with you via Facebook, on Twitter, Pinterest, an email, or I can copy the link and send it as well, okay? Or other thing I can do as well is I can rate the recipe. So you know the way in the filters we had, one thing was rating recipes, and I was telling you is two things, is by rating it, if each person rates the recipe, and some of you might like to do that, and it's a good way of doing it. Or also, the other option would be if you wanted to rate it or by the number of times that is cooked. For example, here 5 star is very good, 1 star will be very bad. Well, I can tell you this rye loaf is amazing. So I'm gonna give it a 5 and I'm gonna go and say submit. And this rating is saved, it goes to head office and they are gathering all the information. So then when you search for recipes, looking at the ratings is coming from customers. This is not by head office, this is rated by each person. So, you know, it's a very, I think, a good way of trusting that the recipe is good and that people like it. What else could I show you? So now we have done a couple of things. Let's go again back to my recipes. Bookmarks, look at it. If I go to bookmarks, that rye loaf recipe is saved there. If I go to create it and I scroll down, excuse me, 1 second. If I scroll down here, I had a folder called breads here. Yeah, you see it? That is bread, so if I click on it, it showed me that we have the rye loaf recipe. Or also, if I go to saved, I have here all the different books that I've been saving as I was showing you this. So we have looked at how to look for recipes, how to look for collections and books, how to look for articles. We have also looked at how to look at creating folders, how to create your weekly planner. From your week, you can also send the recipes to friends. You can also, here in shopping list, when you have all the ingredients, all the recipes you want, like we were doing this too, I can show ingredients, click on this on the shopping list section. And when I'm showing the ingredients, I can do it by 2 ways. I can do by category and I can do by recipe. By category will be very handy if you go to the supermarket and it's kind of divided by aisles. So it's easier to say, okay, I need to go for fruits and between the 2 recipes I need to get strawberries and something else. Or you can also remove certain ingredients. If I click here because I have it at home, I don't need it. Or it's an item that I have. So when I click on cranberry juice, I have it already. Let me click it. It disappears and it says added to items that I already have. If I look at by recipes, it will tell me the ingredients I need for each recipe. So it's another way as well that you can do it. And if I go to options, I can share it or I can print it. I can share it. I want to send it to my friend or someone that is going to be doing the shopping for me. And also here, I have at the bottom of the screen that I have additional items. Additional items will be I need to get, and I'm gonna use this one because I think it's funny, toilet paper. So I could add it here and write toilet paper. We need to laugh. And now it's also added to my full list. Okay? Now if I go at the top and I go options and I go share, you can copy the ingredients list and paste it somewhere in an email, Word, on the smartphone, or the shopping list. So I could click copy, and now it's copied on my in computer, I open an email and I go and I paste. And then by pasting it, you can send it in an email to your friend or your partner, your kids, whoever is doing the shopping. What else do I have? What other questions? 2 things I know. I'm not using this enough and I need the TM6. Is there any advantage with moving default from AO to UK other than more regional meals being available, Sarah? No, actually, Charles, if you have the Australia one, you already have also access to the UK recipes. The biggest difference for you, Charles, is gonna be that when you are doing it, and actually that's one thing I can show you now, the membership. So you have access to this for a few months. Once the membership is over, you're gonna have to get the Australia to buy the what is called the membership. Like, to buy the membership, you need to pay for it. You're gonna have to pay it in Australian dollars because your setup is with Australia. For people that buy the Thermomix in Ireland or the UK, you will link to the UK. It will be in euros, and when I come here, I'll show you. Actually, let's show this part. I come to Thermomix and I go the main one. So I go to Cookidoo. And do you see here on the top screen, I have the Sara de Miguel, is my login details, and there is an arrow. If I click on that arrow, I have account. In the account, this is important, okay? Because a lot of you are coming now, maybe the membership, you already have your Thermomix a year, you need to subscribe again. You have the account overview that it will tell you, like my one, for example, ends on the 26th of December, 2020. So I know until December, I'm gonna have access to every single recipe that is on Cookidoo. I can subscribe again, and here is where I will pay. This is not available on Thermomix, on the machine, or on the app. So if you want to continue your membership and you are doing it on the app, it's not gonna work. This is one of the things I was saying. There is certain things the app is not able to do. This is one of them. Okay, Charles, in that case, if you bought it in Cork, it's gonna be better that you link to the UK one, because otherwise when your membership is up, the Australia one is not gonna let you to keep it. So what we'll do is I'll send you, send me a private message and I'll help you later how to do it. It's very easy to move from the Australia to the UK, and you will still have access to all the Australia recipes and the UK, Spain, Italy, Canada, America, whatever you want. What else? Some of you, you have the devices. In my case here, I have the Thermomix TM6. If you are in a TM5, it will be there. And also you will have the TM5 cookkey. So if any of you sell your TM5 second hand, you need to remove that from there. So how you remove it is on the left hand side here, you see I have account overview. I also have the membership. So I can see here the payment method that I use, etc. I also have my devices. So here I can see that is my serial number. If you ever need to, if you're gonna sell it, or if you ever have any issues and you need to contact head office or anything really, this is your serial number, and this is linked to the person that bought the Thermomix in the system in head office in the UK, and the same happens in other countries. But if that's okay, if you sell it second hand, I would recommend that you deactivate it so it's not linked to you. And also your Cookidoo is not linked to the machine, okay? So then you can still use your Cookidoo if you buy another TM6, or maybe here you could have more than one where it says add a device. Imagine I have 2 devices. I have 2 TM6, which in my case I do, but I only have one linked to this Cookidoo. So you can have 2 different access, but you can do is, if you have 2 Thermomixes, one here and one somebody else has it, or you have it in a different home, or whatever it is your case, you can have the 2 Thermomixes accessing all the same information, the same folders, the same recipes, all in one. Or if you have a TM5, here is where if I want to add another device, I would add my cookkey, so it's linked to my TM5, and all the recipes that I am adding into this platform, when I click on the arrows on the TM5, automatically the internet will transfer the information and it will be available on your TM5. The recipes or the collections or the folders. You can also purchase content. If I bought few different collections before, they are all there as well, and they are saved. That was beforehand, okay? That was when we used to buy collections. That's no longer the case, because now once you pay the membership, you have access to everything. And then if you get any vouchers or anything, you can redeem them here. You can also change your profile or change the password here on the bottom on the left-hand side. And I think that's about it, guys. Any questions, anything that you would like to ask me before I end this webinar? I hope all of you found it useful. I might have gone a little bit fast, because for me, I'm so used to. So thank you for being patient and asking me the questions. And I tried to explain as best as I could. So if you have any questions or you want me to go through anything once more, please let me know in comments, and I will happily do it now again. I'm gonna save this live video as well, and I'll save it as well on the group. So if you know anybody that has a Thermomix and maybe they were not able, I know it was a bit of short notice this morning when I had the idea. If anybody needs help, maybe you can direct them to this video. Or if in the next few days you find that something that I didn't cover or something that you still have questions, please ask, because this is the only way that you will keep learning. I'm very patient. It took me a while to learn them myself as well, so I'm happy to help you all, because at the end of the day, I want you to make the most out of this. It's a fantastic, fantastic platform that it helps you so much. It gives you so much inspiration, ideas, tips. I'm learning so much knowledge from it as well. So please keep trying, and if anything doesn't work or something is a bit challenging, let me know and I'll try to help you. Okay? Have a lovely Sunday, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Thank you.